The release of GPT-5, I thought it was going to be an interesting video if I was going to trade Polymarket based off of GPT-5. So that is what we're going to do today. I am going to be taking only bets exactly from Polymarket. So without further ado, let's dive in. First thing that I did was, this was the prompt that I gave it, and I wanted to do ChatGPT thinking. I didn't want to do mini, I didn't want to do fast. I wanted to do basically the best model possible. And I wanted to make this video because the results were actually really good, and I'm going to take these trades and we'll see how they pan out. But the reasoning, everything looks really good. So let's get in. The first bet that I'm going to take here is going to be no. As you can see here, here's a lot of the reason why this is a good bet to buy no. I also have a trading plan that is essentially to buy up to 88% on the no. A lot of this really makes sense, and this will be expiring very, very soon on August 22nd. So without further ado, let's go into the first one. So this is going to be the market on the Texas redistricting. Let's see if I can find that. Here we go. So it wants me to buy no up to 88% because the GPT, the AI, thinks that there is a very high chance that this is not going to happen. So to do that, I think what I want to do is to put out a bid at, let's say 82, just kind of in between. I'm going to put this to expire at the end of the day. Maybe I could go a little bit higher, but I'll stay at 82, and we're going to do 50 shares. Perfect. I think 50 shares is a pretty good size for a lot of these. So let's see how this bid does. Hopefully we get filled soon. But you can see some of the bids for no are rising. And if I do get front run on this market, I obviously am going to have to just bid higher, especially because it seems like whoever that is was eager to buy the no contract, as you can see. So sometimes Polymarket doesn't really show your bid even. So I'm going to refresh the page and show you that I, in fact, do have a bid in. Yeah, and there's my bid right there. So you can see that I am bidding at 82. I am the first bid there. I'm doing exactly what it wants me to. So here we go. I don't really want to buy at 86 when I could just try to get filled at 82. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Obviously, if the other guy keeps front running me, I'll just market buy. There's no reason not to. Now here is a really interesting one, maybe the most interesting one so far. There's a lot going on here, but here are the fair odds. It essentially wants me to buy no on this market as well. It gave a lot of good reasons, a lot of articles, just a lot of good alpha. And it actually did query the price correctly. It says yes 51, no is 49. That actually is correct because sometimes the GPT can hallucinate, get prices wrong. I've noticed, guys, that this one doesn't get things wrong. When I entered this prompt, the market was at 51.49. You can kind of see it still kind of is here, except no has gone up a little bit. So what it wants me to do, it wants me to buy up to 55. So to do that, again, I'm just going to bid at the midpoint and do 50 shares. Set expiration to end of day, and buy now, as you can see right there. Again, after this video, I'll check in with all these bids, and if they are not filled, obviously I can always just market buy, right? So yeah, Polymarket doesn't really show your bid right away because, you know, my browser's being weird, but my bid is there. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, we're bidding at 53, and we'll see how that goes. So this one's interesting. This one's using a different market as basically an anchor. And what it wants me to do is to essentially buy no for this market. There's a lot of words in here, so you're going to have to pause it and really read it. But it really is saying that this is probably not going to happen by August 22nd. So this would be a good market for me to, you know, buy no on essentially. So here are the fair odds of yes that it thinks for August 22nd. It's like 25%. So it really wants me to buy no as much as possible. So let's go look for that. I'm going to go type in Mr. Beast, and it should pop up here, 40 for the water. Let's see here. I'm going to type in water August 22nd. That should pull it up. Yep, here we go. So here's the one. It really wants me to buy as much as possible here, which I like the idea of. It wants me to buy no up to 70%. So let's go see if we can actually do that. Let's just buy exactly at 70%, I think. So I'm going to do this, buy no here, and hopefully we get filled, as you can see. At the same time, I also do want to go check in on the other markets just to see if I got front ran, if my bid's still there. Yeah, so this all looks good. I will probably get filled, hopefully. Let's go look at the first one though. So this one, I still am the first bid in queue, so that's good. If anyone fills me, that'd be very nice. The fact that these expire by tonight gives it about 4 hours for it to happen, which I think is a pretty appropriate time. Then what I wanted to do was ask ChatGPT essentially, now do it for markets that you think that no one's paying attention to. And it turned out that this prompt actually got even better results. So I'm going to show you this. It really did a lot. I think that the best results were probably these two. This one, I'm probably not going to trade, but these were actually very, very smart results. Will Drake donate? It wants me to buy now, and it wants me to buy on. Will Kai donate by Friday, August 22nd? It really wants me to buy now up to 85 and buy now up to 90. I really like these because these markets are a lot more niche and a lot harder to price, and ChatGPT actually did do a really good reasoning for actually trading these. And it really likes the idea of me using limit orders that cancel, i.e. post only. So we're actually going to do exactly that. We're going to use limit orders for post only to trade these two, okay? So to do that, I think I just have to type in that. Here we go. Now it wants me, guys, to buy up to 94, but it likes me buying at 90 at the direct price. Buying at 90 is possible. You can see that right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, this, and this end of day. Again, if I don't get filled, I don't get filled, you know, as you guys can see. But one thing I might do at the very end of this video is just market buy a tiny bit of each market, just so I can have some exposure and to make it, you know, a better conclusion to the video. But before we do that, let's put in our last bid for will Kai donate to Team Water. Now it wants me to buy now, obviously, below 85%, and we will do that. So here we go. Awesome. Now it wants me below 85%, so I'm not going to bid. Yeah, I think bidding here, I have to bid probably like 80 and just hope that this guy gets filled, because I don't know if it's a great idea to buy up here. But what I will do, just to track these markets and to make the video interesting, I think it would be interesting if I was to buy, like, let's say just 10 shares of each of these, and then also get filled on the 50 shares, hopefully, on all these too. So what we're going to do is the 5 markets that ChatGPT wanted me to do, I'm just going to rip it in market orders. That's not what I typically do. In the guide that I made, you don't what I talk about, you don't typically use market orders, but here we are going to use market orders. So we are going to do 10 shares of each. So to do 10 shares, I think what would be the size here that would be correct? I think this would be correct, about $9, I think. Yeah, that would be essentially 10 shares. We're going to buy 9 shares here. This one is already getting filled, so we don't even have to really trade that one, do we? Because if it's already getting filled, yeah. So I bought 9 here, as you guys can see. And there we go. You can see liquidity removed. Let's go to the next one and buy the same amount of shares, I think. So yeah, this is exactly going to be 10 shares. We bought no there. Let's go to the other one. So redistricting law here. I think we should just snipe, guys, the rest of the 86. I think that's a good idea. So to do that, I'm going to just type in this, and then this should give us our 10 shares, as you can see. And then I'll just cancel this order so that I get filled lower. So you can see I have a piece of that market too. And I think that that's all 5. We bought a little bit of the Texas redistricting law. We bought that one. We bought this one as well, the Will Drake donate. We then also bought Will Kai. We bought that at 91, as you guys can see right there. Then for the final market for the, where is it? For the market here, will there be a counterattack? I'm already getting filled. And when you're getting filled, I mean, there's really no reason for me to try to force my way into this market. So I am going to hold my bid, expecting that other people will probably continue to, you know, market into me. So that is it. That is the 5 things that ChatGPT really wants me to get into. I think that all 5 are pretty good, guys. If I was to rank them, I would say these 2 are pretty novel, pretty interesting. However, the most interesting market, but not the most interesting response, has got to be this one, because there's so much information, misinformation, you know it. This one's going to be interesting to see how this goes, and I'm going to just hold these till expiration. So this is ChatGPT-5 trading on my Polymarket, essentially. And we're going to have to see how this works out. So here they are right here. Yeah, we'll check in for the next Friday video, because The perfect timing for that will be, I mean, by that point, we'll basically know if we've won these markets because it's at the very end of a lot of these markets, and we'll check in to see how we do. With that, happy trading, and we'll see how GPT-5 is going to perform here. See you guys.